This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
New information tonight about a mother and daughter who disappeared last summer. In August, Michaela Wickerson and her daughter, 3-year-old daughter, Malaya, were reported missing. Police now say the mother-daughter duo are just 2 of a few reported people missing after becoming part of a spiritual cult. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Allred. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer talked with family members today, and Diamond has new details on the months-long search for their loved ones.
Ann and Mike, that's right. Michaela Wickerson's mother believes her daughter may have been struggling with mental illness at the time she disappeared. She's one of 4 adults and 2 children who were last seen 6 months ago in North St. Louis County.
Cartisha Morgan is pleading for someone to come forward with information about her daughter, Michaela Wickerson. Berkeley police say Wickerson is one of 6 people who were influenced by a cult leader and disappeared from North St. Louis County in August of 2023. Morgan says her daughter stopped working, stopped all communication, and abruptly moved out to this home on Graham Lane. She believes her daughter is dealing with a severe mental illness.
That she was probably suffering from postpartum depression. These people online, and they just preyed on her weakness.
Among those missing are Wickerson, her 3-year-old daughter Malaya, and 4 others, Jeriel German and her son Ashton Mitchell, and adults Naaman Williams and Michaela Thompson. Berkeley police believe they are following the teachings of a man named Rashad Jamal. Among other things, they say he taught totally disconnecting from family, practicing polygamy, and meditating nude. Carrie Roberts is a neighbor and witnessed that nude meditation. She told me she knew Michaela Wickerson.
From beginning to then, it was totally different. She cut all her hair off, she started growing dreads, and her baby used to come play in the yard with my nephew, and all of a sudden she stopped letting the baby come over here.
Meanwhile, Morgan is pleading that her daughter and the others just let family know they're okay.
I know that people have many different opinions of this, but if it was their family member, everybody wants to know that their family member is well. If she chooses to still stay out, I just would like to know that her and my granddaughter are safe. That's all. If she can just contact us and let us know.
The Berkeley Police Department would not conduct interviews today, but they did confirm to us the alleged cult leader Rashad Jamal is facing criminal charges in Georgia. Anyone with information is urged to call the Berkeley Police Department.
Diamond, thanks. Right now, we're following developing news out of St. Charles. Police were called to the area of Moore Avenue and Transit Street for multiple shots fired just after 1:30 this afternoon. That's where they found 2 men suffering from gunshot wounds. A person of interest is in custody, but police are trying to determine if he's a suspect or a witness. That's because police said this may have started as an attempted robbery.
Initial investigation is saying that it could possibly be an attempted robbery. That's something we're looking into. We're just trying to determine exactly what happened.
Both of the men shot are expected to survive. We'll have more on the investigation coming up tonight at 10.
A double homicide case involving 2 brothers from St. Louis recently went from being murder to self-defense. And in the 14 months it took to get there, a main witness died by suicide and a top prosecutor withheld evidence. The I-Team's Christine Byers got exclusive access to never-before-seen evidence in this case to find the answers the family is demanding.
Loretta Smith will always remember her 2 youngest sons, Eric and Aaron, as inseparable.
They always was together. If you see him, you will see him.
On the night of November 5th, 2022, Eric called his brother Aaron when things got heated between him, his girlfriend, her twin sister, and 2 of their friends.
He said, "Mom, I'm going back. I'm going to pick Eric up." And they was coming back over to my house.
Records obtained by the I-Team show Eric's girlfriend, Kelsey, called her twin sister, Kaylee, for help. Kaylee brought her boyfriend, Austin Heflin, and his friend, Daniel, along. She called 911 at least 4 times. No one answered the first 2 calls. During a 3rd call, she told a dispatcher Eric had been beating her sister.
There's a domestic abuse going on.
Here are photos of Kelsey's injuries provided by Austin Heflin's attorney.
After more than 20 minutes had passed and they'd had no response from the police.
Then the group told police Aaron Smith showed up with a gun, and the brothers started beating Daniel. Kaylee called 911 again.
Yes, we need police. We need a police.
After that call, Kaylee gave her boyfriend Austin her gun. Here's what she told police.
I've never been in this situation before, and I knew my boyfriend would be able to protect me and us, so I handed him the gun. And as Aaron was pointing the gun at us, my boyfriend shot.
911 recordings captured the shots. Here's body camera footage of what Kaylee told police.
I had called before it escalated, and it took like 20 minutes for someone to get here.
These are all calls that are going on right now that we don't have people to go to.
Prosecutors filed murder charges against Heflin under Kim Gardner's administration. A grand jury reduced them to manslaughter. Then in April, a judge sanctioned Gardner's office for withholding evidence that showed the brothers' DNA on guns as well.
Eric was the initial aggressor. Aaron has then come to his aid, and they have escalated the force from standard use of force to the use of deadly force.
Just before the case was supposed to go to trial in November, Kaylee died by suicide.
Critical to our case, her testimony.
The trial never happened, and this month, new Circuit Attorney Gabe Gore dismissed all charges against Heflin, saying the evidence only supports self-defense.
Now you tell me, how can he get off a case like this? How?
The family believes prosecutors gave Heflin a break because of his race.
There was no improper consideration of any racial issues in this case. You know, my heart goes out to them, but I have to fulfill my obligations as circuit attorney, which are to look at the facts.
The only comfort Loretta Smith says she has now is knowing her sons are still together. Prosecuting attorney Gabe Gore says he has no plans to refile charges unless new evidence comes forward. He's planning to meet with the brothers' family later this week. For the I-Team, Christine Byers, live on your side.
Right now, police are asking for help from the public on identifying the man in these photos. Yesterday, a cashier working at Midwest Petroleum in South St. Louis when a man pointed a gun at her and demanded money. The man also stole the cashier's purse. Police are asking anyone, if you have any information, please call Crime Stoppers. You can remain anonymous. The number is 866-371-TIPS.
St. Louis County has a new look. Today, County Executive Sam Page delivered his State of the County address. Political editor Mark Maxwell was there and has more on the rebranding. Mark?
Mike, they say first impressions last the longest, and a region-bleeding population could sure use a few more good first impressions. How's a lapel pin or a new logo? County Executive Sam Page said the county lacked its own identity, and if we're going to attract new people and reverse that tide of out-migration, we need a rebrand. So attracting new people to the area, he says, would help solve some serious money problems, too. With a lot more retail sales shifting online, that's tax money that slips through the county's fingers and creates craters in the county's budget.
We're losing out on as much as $10 million a year by not taxing these purchases in St. Louis County alone. So why leave money on the table and continue to make it more difficult for our small businesses to compete?
Voters would have to approve that before it would start. The county will slowly start to integrate that new logo onto government vehicles as they purchase new ones each year. The design and messaging campaign itself cost taxpayers $90 grand.
An update today, prosecutors in St. Louis have charged a man for stealing a church bell in Soulard. In November, we told you about the bell that was taken from St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church. It was returned later that month. Police say Melvin Birchfield admitted he was at the church when the bell was taken. Birchfield also faces a second charge after police say he admitted to having stolen commemorative plaques at his business.
Women and minority-owned businesses are booming, the ways the NAACP hopes to capitalize on their success.
There's heavy rain in the forecast, some snow in the forecast, some strong winds, and then bitter cold. A lot to talk about. We'll see you in 10 minutes.